Hello friends, welcome to Python programming tutorials. In previous class we discussed about how to define a function, how to call a function. In this class we are going to discuss about arguments, how to pass the arguments and how many types of arguments we have in Python. So how we can define a function? Def, here you can write function name. In brackets you are going to give the arguments. In this you are going to give the arguments. After that this is the function code. Okay, now in this class we are going to discuss about the types of arguments here. How many types we have in Python? We discussed this. There may be several types of arguments which can be passed at the time of function call. So what that means, if I am using s, the time of function call fun a, that means s equals to a. If I am calling function a comma b, here I am taking s1 comma s2. That means s1 equals to a, s2 equals to b. Here I am using the three variables, and here I am using s2 comma s3. That means s3 equals to c. I hope you understand the structure of function. So def is a keyword to define a function. Fun is the function name here. In these brackets you are going to give the arguments. After that, colon for indentation, you can write the function code here. So this is the function call. So all these we can discuss in our previous class. So now we are going to discuss about types of arguments. This, how many types of arguments we have in Python? So there are four types of arguments available in Python. One is required arguments. So required arguments is nothing but if the function have three arguments. How many arguments it requires at the time of calling? At the time of calling it requires three arguments. That is required arguments. Keyword arguments. So keyword arguments is nothing but here I am taking s1, s2, s3. For that I am going to give the keywords. Next, default arguments. So default arguments means, for example, I am giving the pi value. Pi. By default I am declaring this as a pi equals to 3.14. So that we are called as a default arguments. We don't pass the argument from the function call. So by default I am giving the value to the argument. So next, variable length arguments. So variable length arguments is nothing but, so sometimes I am going to pass three arguments to this function. Sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 1, sometimes 2. So that means here I can define the variable length arguments. We can discuss all these. So now we can see the what is required arguments. Required arguments are the arguments which are required at the time of function call. It matches the both function call and definition. So that means we can see that the execution is starting from here. A equals to 2, b equals to 3. I am calling a function square. So square a comma b. So how many arguments in the function definition? 2 arguments. What are those? n1, n2. And how many arguments we are passing? 2. So these two can match. At the time of function call we give 2 arguments. At the time of function definition also we have 2 arguments. And now n1 equals to, this is the first argument. So a is assigned to n1. B is the second argument, so B is assigned to n2. Now it prints n1 power n2. What is n1? n1 is 2 power 3, 2 power 3. It prints 8. In the next function call, s square b comma a. That means now n1 equals to b, n2 equals to a. So that means 3 power 2. It prints 9. If I call square with only one argument, how many arguments in the definition? 2 arguments. How many arguments we are passing? Only one argument. So it returns an error. Now we can see the keyword arguments. So the name of the argument is treated as keyword and matches in the function calling and definitions. What that means now? So what is the keyword here? The keywords are n1, n2. So this is the function definition and n1 and n2 are the keywords. Execution is starting from here. A equals to 2, B equals to 3. Square n1 equals to a. That means n1 equals to a, n2 equals to b. It prints 2 * 3, 8. In next function call square n1 equals to b. So that means n1 equals to b. That means now n1 equals to 3, n2 equals to a. That means 2. It prints 3 power 2, 9. In next iteration square 2 comma n2 equals to b. That means the 2 is stored in n1. n1 equals to 2. The next n2 equals to b. Here I am using only one keyword. Actually I have two keywords, but in the function call I am using only one keyword. n2 equals to b. That means n2 equals to 3. 2 power 3. It prints 8. Next function called square n1 equals to 2. That means n1 becomes 2. After b, here there is no keyword, so it returns error. So that means before keywords you can use normal arguments, but after assigning a value as a keyword, further arguments we cannot assign individually. So we got the error. So positional arguments follows the keyword arguments error we got. So now we can see the default arguments. So what is a default argument means? Python allows us to initialize the arguments in Python at the time of function definition. That means this is the function definition square. It have two arguments n1, n2, and this n2 is initialized when we define the function square. Now we can call that. So this is the execution starting point. A equals to 2, b equals to 4. So square of a. Here I am passing only one argument. How many arguments we have? 2. We are passing only one argument. That means the a is stored in n1 and n2 have default argument. That means it becomes 2 comma 2. So 2 power 2 it prints 4. In next square of a comma b, 2 comma 4. Here the arguments are 2. We are also sending the 2 arguments. So n1 becomes 2, n2 becomes 4. So that means if you are not passing any argument, then only the Python interpreter can use this value. If you are passing the value, then it uses the function called arguments. So n1 equals to 2. That means it prints 2 power 4. That means 16. In next function call n2 equals to 5. So keyword n2 equals to 5. So n1 equals to 2. So these are the keywords. So what is the 5 power 2? That means it prints 25. So this is about default arguments. So now we can see variable length arguments. In there is some situations we don't know the number of arguments we are passing to the function. See this example. So what is a variable length arguments means? Python provides us the flexibility to provide comma separated values which are internally treated as tuples. So that means sometimes I pass 3 arguments to a function, sometimes 5, sometimes 10, sometimes 2. We don't know how many arguments we are going to pass to the function. At that time we are going to use variable length argument. So variable length means here the length of the arguments are 3. Here 5, here 10, here 2. So now we can discuss with one example. So this is the function. In this function you are going to print the items in the L. Okay. Here I am calling the function 10 ITUT is 34.56. So this is the, how many arguments we have? 3. The function is called asterisk of L. So that means, so now this is the variable length arguments. Now what we discussed, it treated as tuple. So that means now this L is tuple. Okay. So now what is the content? 10 ITUT is 34.56. It prints 10 ITUT is 34.56. In next function call, I pass 4 arguments. I pass 5 arguments. So before 3, next 5. The variable, the argument's length is changed automatically. 3 to 5. Now it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In next function call, the argument length is 4. So now it prints apple, banana, orange and 45. So this is about variable length arguments.
So now we are going to see the execution of required arguments. So this is the required arguments. In the definition we are giving the 2 arguments. At the time of function call also we are giving the 2 arguments. If I give only 1 argument, then it returns error. We see that it returns 8, 9. In third function call we are giving only 1 argument, so it returns error. So next we see keyword arguments. At the function definition we are giving the argument names. Those names are acts as keywords. So in this example, n1 equals to a, n2 equals to b. That means n1 equals to 2, n2 equals to 3. After that n2 equals to b, n1 equals to a means, so now n2 equals to 3, n1 equals to a. If you give wrong keyword names, here I am defining in definition n1, but here I am giving as num1. At that time it returns an error. And this is the function call. First I am giving the value, after that I give the value for keyword. So it is executed. But if I give first assign a value to the keyword, then after I give the value means it returns error. Okay, this is the 8. So next it returns 8. So 2 power 3, 8. So these 3 are the output. We can enable this. Instead of keywords I am giving another names, number 1. Instead of n1 I am giving the number 1. We can see it returns an error. Yes, it returns an error. So got an unexpected keyword argument num1. So we got an error. Positional argument values keyword argument. That means the position argument follows the keyword. If I define n1, next I am going to give the n2. So otherwise first we can give the value, then we go to assign the value to the keyword. Now we see default arguments. So default arguments means at the time of the definition I defining this n2 equals to 3. If I am not passing any value to the n2, then the default value of n2 equals to 3. We can execute this. So this is the square of a. That means I am giving 2. So n equals to by default 3. 2 power 3, 8. So next a comma b. A means 2, b means 4. That means now n2 becomes 4. Why I am giving the value? So it becomes 16. So 16 is the output. In next I am giving n2 equals to 5, n1 equals to 5. Now these are acts as keyword arguments. So it returns 32. So these 3 are the output. So variable length arguments. So here I am passing 3 arguments. So now the L accepts these 3 arguments. In another function call I pass 5 arguments. At the time the L accept all the 5 arguments. In another function call I send 4 arguments. That means the arguments length is variable. Okay. So first it prints 10 it is 34.56 means 3 arguments. Next function call, so 5 arguments. In next function call it is 4 arguments. So that concept we are called as a variable length arguments. You can download this program from description.